What's up guys, Matt back again with another unboxing video, and today we're going to be reviewing the new GxMateria Recoome. Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey. This figure is based on Recoome from Dragon Ball Z. The figure itself is based on Recoome firing his eraser gun at Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z Chapter 83. This figure is a GxMateria release, which are prize/crane figures from Banpresto/Bandai Spirits that have characters releasing a key-based attack. If you're interested in buying this figure, check the affiliate links in my description below to help support me and pick them up for yourself. This figure was released on December 21st, 2023 in Japan. Recoome stands at about 4.5 inches off of his base, 5 inches on top of his base. He weighs 12.8 ounces in box, 8.2 ounces on his own, and the figure comes with his head, body, and base. You do well! Yes, he's back. Recoome! Recoome kick! Recoome punch! Recoome, man, my favorite Ginyu Force member. He's the very first Ginyu Force member to get a GxMateria. So, sorry this one took a little longer. Like I said, figures that come out in December just take a bit to get to me. So, I'm just glad that I got this. This figure will be given away in this month's giveaway for our membership giveaway. So if you guys are interested in winning him, become a member today. It's only $3 a month. You can jump into the Discord server. But let's talk about this figure today because I do have some thoughts. We'll start with the character choice, which, like I mentioned, he's the very first Ginyu Force member as a GxMateria, and he's my favorite Ginyu Force member. In fact, I would think that he's probably the most popular one. Ginyu arguably is more popular, but Recoome is up there. He's the one that fought the most out of all of them. To see him as a Ginyu Force member doing the eraser gun and being in this look from the battle, I think is an excellent choice. So the character choice is easily going to be a 5 out of 5 in my opinion. His likeness is incredible. Varuk is just a man of perfection, man. Every time he does one of these GxMaterias, they are always sculpted perfectly, especially when we're talking about the likeness. He looks really, really good, man. Everything from his teeth, you can see his teeth all around the ki blast, you know, his little butt chin, his big mouth, the ears, his nice eyes. Like, it just looks like he pulled it straight out of the manga, man. He just did a fantastic job, and I think Recoome looks so good in the face. It's an easy 5 out of 5 for likeness. Now, sculpt quality is something I do want to talk a little bit about. I think the sculpt itself is perfectly done. You can even see Recoome's little butt hanging out. He's got veins all over his body, some scuff marks from the battle. The energy blast in his mouth is not removable. Some people asked me if I could talk about that in the review, and nope, it is not removable. It is stuck to his mouth. But I do think it looks really good, even if it is stuck to his mouth. And the cool thing about this figure is that even though he comes with a base, it's able to stand on its own without the base. Now, I will say that he does balance pretty front heavy, so he will topple over very easily without the base, but he is able to stand without it. So if you can find a creative way to stand him in your collection without the base, then I think, you know, you'll be able to get away with that. But yeah, I do think that the sculpt is fantastic. All the details, being able to stand off the base, I think is really solid. Even though he has some balancing issues, I think I would give the sculpt itself a 5 out of 5. I think it's fantastic. The fact that they didn't stick the pegs to stick him on the base on his actual feet is something that I've been asking them to do for quite some time. So great job there, Varrook and Bandai. Now, the paint and shading is pretty standard for GxMateria. There is no shading at all on the figure, which is always disappointing. I have been preparing to review some very old Prize and Crane figures for you guys, and seeing them with shading all over them, like the Goku FES series, is just showing more and more how Bandai is like, hey, like y'all should, you raise the prices on Prize and Crane figures, and you removed some details. So it's good. He's got nice bright colors. I love the way that his hair looks. I love the way that the materia in his mouth looks. The blacks, the whites, everything looks good. There's just that lack of shading, which is going to give this guy a 4 out of 5. I don't make the rules. That's just how the game's played. But that's still pretty solid. Now, the area that I think is not so great is his size and scaling. So this is, I'll be up front, I'm going to give him a 3 out of 5 for size and scaling. Recoome is the biggest member of the Ginyu Force, I think. If not him, it's Birder. And this figure is not big. It is one of the smallest GxMateria I've ever gotten. I don't even think he would scale well with the Kid Gohan that's in this series, or the Saiyan Armor Krillin. He's too small. He doesn't scale well even within GxMateria. And I mean, you saw in some of the size comparisons, he doesn't scale well with the 2 Gokus that I have in my personal collection, which is extremely disappointing. Like I said, if GxMateria prices are going up, but no shading and your figures are shrinking for whatever reason, I just think that's a little disappointing, man. Like, this thing is really tiny. It's kind of laughable when you put it next to the Ichiban Kuji of Recoome, which I would 100% recommend above this one. But it's not a bad figure. I just wish that they would have made him a little bit bigger. 5 inches on his base is pretty ridiculous, man. Like, if he was maybe 7 inches, 6.5 inches at the very least, I think it would have been a little more excusable, but this is kind of ridiculous for size and scale. So, I'm going to just give it a 3 out of 5. I'm not going to be super hard on it because I already know it's a Prize/Crane figure, so they will be smaller than, say, an Ichiban Kuji figure, but yeah. All in all, I think it's a decent release from GxMateria. I am a little bit worried, though, just because it feels like GxMateria used to be a lot better than it is now, you know, with releases like the Kamehameha Goku, the Super Saiyan 2 Team Gohan, the Goku Black, and now we're starting to get stuff like this, which, you know, is cool that you can get them off of the base, but they're shrinking, and that's just kind of weak. So hopefully it's just in this case, hopefully GxMateria turns around and proves me wrong. But today, I'm going to walk away and give this figure a 3.5 out of 5. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.
You do well! You do well!